Oh, hello, hello. Oh my god, my camera is all over the place. welcome back, guys. Welcome back. And I think uh this will be the this will be the what you call episode where we finally finish this game. It's been 2 weeks we've been playing this game, and I think it's not because of the game is too large. I was streaming actually very less, and I think this will be the episode where we finish the game, and we hope for a good ending with all the uh, puzzle pieces coming together as we has have hope for. So let's go. So now today we one thing we will do is to get Snail first, obviously, and then go out and look for that emerald, which is, as they hinted, was in the underdark or under city or something. So so let's first go for Snail. Okay, let's go here. This is hot tea, guys. Cheers. And let's go down. Oh, what the fuck is this guy doing here? Fuck off, human. Okay. Okay, don't have to be so rude, guys. All right. So, what the hell? Oh, okay. This is not the way. This is not the way. Okay. Hey, hey, hey. Go here. Hmm. Yo, engage. Yep. Let's go. Yep. And we will go down to. First, should we speak to this woman? Nothing to about. Okay. It's all up to us now. It's all up to us. Hmm. Let's go down from here. Hmm. Let's go here. And is there anything down here? What the fuck? Something's down here? Whoa. Oh, we came through here, right? We didn't go here. Oh, nice. Okay. Is there anything? Oh, this is the place we have been together. I think this is the place where they found that skeleton, right? Okay, this is ominous. Dark Knight stand in the crypt. He does not face you. Bow to him, bow. Good night. This arm has creaks, his body moves, a voice. Soldier well fought. Just bow your head. He holds out to a gauntlet towards the open tube. Divinity hold ground. Feel it. This guy scares the shit out of me. Snail whispers to you. Such an edge lord. Yeah, he is. Uh, hold out your hand. The string, one of the utmost importance. It cradles here with this one point. Okay, we don't have any advantage. Let's do enhance ability and let's do this. Okay. You do with decisiveness. There is no question of sensitivity on this place, but you have never understood it so well. Something has changed within you. It reminds you of the cantrip you used to cast all the time. Thaumaturgy. Cast it. A power swells within you. Use Thaumaturgy to unveil sacred location around the city. What on the last day you give me this? The Dark Knight says nothing more. He simply picks up the axe and leaves. You tear, you hear him up the stairs up to the temple of Urth, leaves you alone in the crypts. All right. This is it. This is the place his body was placed 27 years ago. Your lord, your master, your god Urth. Fallen exhumed electricity. Watch closely. This is how every divine dominion ends with cracking of an ugly tomb. This is the place. This place is still wholly consecrated. Despite this, horrors still walk the grimy tiles. Leave the sarcophagus. Okay. Okay. You feel his presence. Okay. Pick me up. Okay. What the fuck is that? Okay. So I keep getting hit points by using that. What the fuck is this? Stone coffin. Engage. A stone coffin rests against the wall. Oh, classical dwarven design used by early Utfo tombs. Ornate carvings covered surface. Symbols of death, rebirth, all dwarven in origin. Forge and hammer. Examine the coffin. You run your hand. Cravings are deep, deliberate. There is something about this feels off. Look closer at the cravings. Your eyes trace symbols carefully. Death, rebirth, the cycle. A typical dwarven work of few words of poetry, nothing interesting. It is beautiful. It says Gudargar, four door, injet niet under solen. I don't know what it means. Along with many other proverbs, such as each one personalized for the fallen. Okay. This coffin must have been closed dwarven warriors of Earth until their graves were exhumed of the courts. Examine the handle. It's interesting, perfectly into the design. An iron ring serves as the grip. Rotate. Oh, is there something there? Simple and elegant. Uh, Rotate the handle. Either grip the carved skull and twist. A soft click echoes from within the wall. Do you guys hear it? There was a soft thing going on. Okay. Something was unlocked. Now pull the handle. Handle resists for a moment, then gives away. Oh wow, we on our last day also we are finding hidden spots. Revealing a narrow staircase descending into the darkness. Cold air rushes up. Ancient stale. The smell of old magic. Oh boy. Even deeper, huh? You scared? I'm not feeble-minded, if that's what you're asking. Eighth level. Okay, okay, okay. So yeah, I'm scared. He steals himself and grips his sling. Let's go into the dark. Okay, let's do dancing lights again. It's dark, right? Ooh, what the hell? What's that? What's that? What's that? Shard of Jor. Oh, money, money, honey, money. Okay. Anything? What the fuck is that? Is that the emerald which we're looking for? Look, 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 look. Oh fuck, we have the emerald here. Oh my god, this is the thing we needed, man. I think we can't take it because this guy is there. We have to interact with this guy. What's this? Highly high decorated skull. Why there's a fucking pentagram behind it? It's a fucking pentagram. Look at this, guys. This shit doesn't look at all less ominous, right? Let's do it. Stepping into the hidden tomb, you see a colorful display of twinkling light through the gloomy and dusty air. An eerie altar placed on top a skull and several colorful gems, valuable too, and shiny. Take one, you could get it appraised by someone downtown. The skull is a sign of death. Okay, not good. Don't touch anything. Just look around. The shrine is quiet. The colorful gems covered its altar, as well as the eye sockets of the central skull. To think this sacrilegious and quite frankly ominous corner could be stashed away in such a holy place. Yeah, this doesn't look. This looks like in the horror movies where you touch something and shit goes bad, right? This doesn't look like it should be here, right? Uh, this is Oot's original crypt, for God's sake. Is there no depth of depravity this cultist and underneath undead enthusiast can stoop to? Hello, the skull looks a bit deformed, doesn't it? Goblin squints. A bit depends on what type of skull it is, I suppose. I suppose we should not judge a look of a bejeweled skull for entirely egalitarian reason. Look at you being all saint like all of a sudden. But to be fair, I don't like ripping on dead guy, but yeah. Oh my god, he speaks! A wacky skull? You goddamn phrenologists. What, as it lifted by the some invisible force, the visual skull rises from the altar. Its gleaming eyes twinkle in the light, its jaws clattering, the noise causes you to recoil. No, no way. An unending wave of dread falls upon your essence. An esoteric force. It is entering your mind. Ooth, protect me. Protect you? The goblin tries to grab you, but he freezes and groans. What the hell? He falls to his knees. You barely stand. I can't move. The dread is overbearing. The skull jaws stops clattering. As the noise disappears, you feel it control once more. Slightly. You wake me up from some trifling bullshit, you trifler, huh? It clicks its teeth together. I am the cleric. Cleric, eh? You stand as the paragon of what it means to be a cleric. A cleric of a dead god. Holy hells, this thing is terrible. But being close to the ruins. Give me 1 second. Just being close to these ruins, your posture, the body cannot sustain this undeath. The skull let out a howling laughter as it shudders about in the air. I am Necrolord Bondavol. Okay. Necrolord Bondavol. Damn. Wahahaha. Necrolord. This title is of old demeanor. You have been unfortunate enough to encounter here a remnant of Arcanist, left to decay into his mad form, a demi-lich. Horrifying creature, a lich fallen into the state of insanity and decay, rotting into nothing but skull. It is in many ways a dangerous variant, for its madness is unpredictable as it is dangerous. Wait, Visken sent me. Skull stops. Visken? Are you an apprentice? Yes. Uh-huh. What kind of apprentice? Officially, is a mortician, so esoteric kind. Visken doesn't take all Arcana students. He's teaching me mortuary stuff. So you're the first embalming student he has taken on ever. No way, hombre. Dentistry? What hasn't dealt in this horrid practice for years? Started it up again. He doesn't. I don't believe you. I'm not really an apprentice. Hold on. Are you the cleric looking to speak with the dead elf? Yes, obviously. Obviously. He rattles a laugh, slowly spinning in the air. Whis can let me know all about your situation. Oh, he did. A demilix clicks once. You're not a very necromantically entangled, are you? I have never managed to master that at school or that school at Towers. Master it. No one master it, not even after centuries of scholarship. You see, I'm not just some horny wizard. The skull drops down and flips around the table. I am a goddamn mage. You hear the goblin groaning. This leech is surprisingly not a threat. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember. Visken had told me about it, right? He was talking about speak to the dead and something like that. So whatever reason, his intentions are far more sinister. He intends to teach you something. Trained in the arts by hanging dim legends. Okay, so he's also referring to hanging shacks. Sent to find one of we have the greatest empire in the history of Jaws as okay. Necrolord is not just some title, it's a calling, a dream of undead supremacy. One day it will be reached. You're lucky one here, for I will help you guide a string attunement, a necromantic attunement. You will do that for me? Of course, I owe it to Visken for one, and for a second, I just love spreading the joy of death magic, as any sane man would. The skull is not sane, nor a man. The skull is not going to kill you, but you do not have the strength to vanquish a demi-lich like this. So, later do it. Okay. Under the enhanced ability intelligence, so I have enough intelligence, right? I can do this. Wow. Wow. You do so, and the string grows black, dark black as night. And oh gods, you fall to your knees. There are weak laughs. Get up and grow. You tossed a ton of negative energy right into your damn heart. First time it's someone do that and live impressive. I'm alive, I think. That's the spirit. Try again, let you will get it eventually. Okay, we have enough for that, so we will use prayer of healing, and we are done. And let's try again. What is this three? Ah, fucking hell. Roll three twice in a row? You do so and we get damaged again. Oh my god, 10. Okay, okay. I am alive. Let's do this. Let's do this. Wow. Wow. Think. This Demilich believes himself to be your teacher here. He might be insane, but that there is still knowledge to be had if you can decipher it. Hold out the hand. Tell me the at best as you can the school of necromancy. How do I master it? Strings are strings. They are equal but different. You must have seen them a lot since you have been running through your flesh in the masses. I do. He continues, a string of necromancy believes that when it intersects with negative energy, thus it looks like flesh to me, for example. I have surely as much strings going through my existence as you do, except mine are necromantic. Yours are many others. How do you deal with the strings usually? When I attune with strings, I twist them. So this is how you cast your organized spells then. Necromancy is special because the negative energy, the twisting of necromantic strings would hurt naturally if you are anything but not alive. A living necromancer learns to either manage the pain through mutilation, religious fervor, physical numbness, or they learn to cut the strings. Cut. Everyone uses different terminology. You might have heard it called willing the string or mastering it. It's a step every spellcaster must go through to reach the higher tier magic. They must learn to manipulate string shape. The shape of strings, yes, but it does not have a shape, it's just a dot. The skull laughs mockingly. Why do you think they call it a string then, dumbass? It measures change over time. You might have grabbed and twisted your strings in the moment, but cutting a string means grab it independently from all its other parts in the past and in the future. Don't just twist it, separate it from itself. Of course! Why haven't I thought about it, right? It talks about mastering strings. It's all makes sense now. Okay. The string goes through time. Manipulating it more closely requires it to be twisted only now without the other baggage. Stick out your hand. Yes. Look at the string near Bonda wall, a pale string. Yes. Twist it. Ooh, lights went off. Lights went off, guys. Ah, shit. Open your eyes. It hurt. That hurts. What? You twisted the string into a cure wounds, you idiot. Hurt like what do you say, motherfucker? Was like, okay. It heals a target. I failed. The skill laughs intensely. You did great, cleric, or should I say necromancer? That was a cure wounds for sure, but necromantic cure wounds. Instead of cure wound cast through CC abjuration or hardcore flesh melting transmutation, you now manage to simply remove the negative energy to reach the same conclusion, healing. Although, yes, it did hurt like all hell, since negative energy obviously is the kind of my thing here as a glorious lich. Oh, so I mastered necromancy. An overstatement perhaps, but you should be able to cast the one spell you're looking for at least. Speak with the dead. Finally. That's great. It would be extremely useful for the case, obviously. The skull nods. You want the spell code? Hold out your hands. The skull widens its jaws, then it curves a tiny spell code into the altar. Grab it. You have earned every my evil apprentice. As long as you use it for selfless goals, there is no evil in such magic, probably. Glorious, another tier of magic unlocked. Even it is just third level spell. This will surely lead to greater things in the future. Okay, if you have any other questions, go ahead. Speak with dead. That's 5 questions, right? Yes, indeed. Plus, spell does not allow the spirit to earn anything new. Learn anything new. Okay, it just literally animates a smile of the seemingly of the creature. Okay, this is an extraction tool, not a way to learn information. So if a person is being targeted by speak with dead and then resurrects, that person will not remember the question or answer it gives. Not one bit. Okay, except of course, yes, there have been recorded instances of happening, very rare, but only the for creatures entangled so heavily in the strings of jot that the spirit itself grows tendrils, so to speak. If the spirit lives entirely within the strings, then it's theoretically could listen in on the speak with that conversation. But that's entirely based on conjecture, along with some instances I have encountered during my necromantic studies. Nothing to base a worldview on, you wouldn't you say? Interesting, indeed. Good job on this. I can see you gave have an extreme talent for handling strings. Beyond that, I have seen in many youngsters. I would love to watch you burn out the battlefield among hags and legionnaires. The skull lets out crazed laughter while spinning around in the air. Anything else? So, so what exactly are you? You never asked, did you? I am a terrifying leech, of course. He does not consider himself decayed, a sign of madness. Got it. So you have be to be very stupid not to. How did you end up like that? Like what? Um, so handsome. Does don't kiss as cleric. Nobody likes that. A skull. He goes silent for a few seconds. Clearly a rarity once you get him talking. I don't know what you are talking about. A lich? Or that? Long story. I have been around 6300 um year 300s. Not get it. You think I'm a damn antisepalian? Just obviously. Uh Finger of death, nothing else. Arcanera. Of course, what else? The skull pauses rotating and focuses on you. I talk your skin off, cleric. Where did you grow up? A small village in called Screeve. Okay. I We had a barbarian invasion from the Vorani borders every year. To protect them, I raised our dead from the village crypts. Those were bloody battles, I tell you. Took dozens head before the message got into their thick giant skulls. Who taught necromancy? A ghost, actually, haunted in a ruin outside my father's farmstead. Led me to my first spell book, told me how to pull strings and fast tracked my spell slot accumulation. His name was Ulina Prax, a wonderful, crazy harlot. Where is she now? Skull does a spin. She is captured by high rank exorcist after I built my first squadron. Last I heard, she was part of some freestyle Dread Princess personal collection. He kept her in a bottle. Okay. Like she's a genie or something. I would have done with a fancy box myself or an urn. What is the greatest Oh, It is a bit embarrassing, but it was nothing to do with necromancy. Back in the war, I was to receive a commendation in Thrazen. Big event, big deal. Well, that event during the reception, I managed to seduce and charm a beautiful young lady. Turns out she was a daughter of Hagging Dim. Okay, Hagging Shack's daughter. Can you imagine? Bro charmed Hagging Shack's daughter. Lol. So obviously, I married her straight away. My father-in-law made sure I got promoted to hell and back over the next decade. Got deep into the Arcanist circle until the accident, of course. You married up, and what's your that's your greatest accomplishment? Arcanist politics is won in bedroom, not on the battlefield. Don't worry. There was true love between Akelia and I. She was a greatest scribe of the era, a glorious woman. We didn't divorce until after a century of lichdom. Do you understand how rare that is? That was love. It that was love. It was how morbidly romantic. Yeah, man. A century, guys. People say forever, and till death to do us apart. So if you are a lich who will never die, that is like a vampire love story, right? Could you imagine 100 years of marriage? Horrific. My charisma is anti-marriage. It looks like. Last I heard, she was heading a mercantile faction in Feltire. Okay. He clicks his non-existent tongue. Gods be damned. I miss that lady. Her body, yes. But her mind? Strangely idealistic for an arcanist lich. He has was touched by feminine corruption. No wonder he fell to demi-lichdom. I obviously won't divulge the secret of Draco lichdom, but rest be assured that I don't know what is the uh, Chimilian went through the hell to achieve her new form. It was a tragedy that those genie Templars did to her and her army. Otherwise, she could have easily ruled a city or two by now. Genie Templars? Some crazy warriors of Kargamish was a big thing of 100 years ago. I'm fond of dragons, you know. Mortals look up to us, gods look down on us, dragons treat us as equals. At least the wise ones, eh? Tell me about the accident. This leech is talking all night long, it seems. It's really not worth talking to about or after myself and my dear wife had both achieved wisdom. I made some misplays in the politicking, stepped on the wrong foot, so to speak, got my entire splinter house exiled from Hanging Deem's coalition. One thing led to another, yada yada. I end up in Ascani. The Lord of Fortress invited me to stay for a while, did some freelancing, you know, newly divorced dad shit. Once Ut arrived, I ended up working with some of his paladins. Never met the fellow, but I liked the cut of his jib. The Lord of the Fortress, Fortress of Verdun. You mean the esoterically shadowy, miles wide castle? Oh yes, that one. Never been. Can't recommend it. The Lord reached out, was looking for necromancers to add some new tricks. Who is this Lord? No clue, but paid well and let me research the crazy stuff going on there. Still no idea what the fortress actually is. My professional guess would be that this is esoteric pocket gone wild, like a slice of pure negative energy that's landed right in Ascani and can't leave escape a bubble. Oh my god, we have wormhole fortresses here. Just one many weird monsters of the coast. When a fortress opens up, there's always a trove of merchants setting up camp outside the entrance. You have any kids? A dozens or so. Productive? Thank you. My wife, Kiliak's wife, was prominent member of the Mejoka Reproduction Society, a hag-centered organization in old demeanor focused on creating artificial population booms among arcanists. While successful, it led to many feminist insurgencies during this reign. Okay, they were the forefront of women first magics. the kind of stuff that makes the whole childbirthing and wearing business into cakewalk. I never got along with those hags, but they did let me have two sons, so that's something. Are you implying sons are better than daughters? Not really. That's an argument to be made that they are much less of an hassle. But MRS hags definitely had an agenda, more girls, more members. I'm not crazy. That sounds like feminism. I thought Arcanists were old cool patriarchs, like, right? Oh, absolutely. As long as MRS was focused on providing population among the houses, they were fine. As soon as they began spreading birth control and ideas of female liberation, those hags were cracked down hard towards the end. Their turn to the revolution was one of the main contributors to the fall of the empire. At least it seems that way to me. A woman's scorn, etc., etc. Hmm. He starts as, "Are you a feminist cleric?" You goblin complainer looks at you as well. There is no woman around, so answer doesn't really matter. Of course you are. You are raised to be a good to woman. The female is powerful. In all honesty, you never would have imagined, not for 1 second, that you were ever asked that question by a demilich. Uh, huh. See, I am doing this for my character, but I want to say to my everybody watching, I am a feminist, okay? But this is a game, so I am trying to be. Uh, I'm role playing, okay? Don't cancel me, okay? No, I am not feminist. Then you're anti-woman, more or less, yes. Anyhow, are we talking about my kids? Good job, brother. Thank you. Actually did most of the work, of course, but my contribution should be not be forgotten. This is an inane topic. What happened to the kids? I think some of them survived the fall. My blood wasn't prominent enough to be a lineage persecuted among the freestriders. At the same time, it's not like they received any inheritance. Logically, I should have some great grandchildren scattered around about Diminori. Or sorry, that what's called now Reeds. Stupid name, if you ask me. They should have called it Strideri or something. That would have been a brand. Cool. That gives a better picture of your life. Tell me about Whisker. Lovely bastard. I gave him serious case of testicular torsion once. Can't believe he has ever forgiven me. You're evil. Skull lets a maniacal laugh. Just out of nowhere as a joke? No, no, no. He had a little war going on. I had just left my position at the fortress of Verdun. It was 30 years, I believe. Right when your oath folk had begun growing quite bold in River Torna. So I decided to sneak into the city there. That's when I saw him, an old opponent, Visken. I immediately remembered his ugly mug and his rotten soul engineering. That's just how old Visken is then. No clue. Maybe 100 or 2. Either way, I decided to kill him and take his place among the mortals of Norway. A couple of magic duels, assassination attempts later, and we were at a stalemate. Although I would consider it more as me just getting tired of hunting him down at all the time. Him and his goons, our battles came to an end, though, when a local vampire started messing with us both, threatened to expose us, so we joined up. Team up of the century or the decade, or maybe at least. You fought a vampire together? That was the epic duel of shadowy fates. The skull bounces around together, however, the vampire was easily eliminated. In the aftermath, we decided to walk together. Viscan even helped me get the sweet alcove for myself. We share research from time to time and work together to figure out mystery of stops. I'm getting ahead of me. Let's stop. Let's talk about something else. Did you turn into a skull in the battle with the vampire? A skull? Bit bony, but a skull. I don't be prosper. The militia is clearly an unresolved situation. He is either deluded or is esoterically effect placed upon his memories. Who was the vampire? Thomas Darrow was his name, a nobleman, which made it much more dangerous. Uncle of Nicholas Darrow disappeared 15 years ago, and his case was widely speculated. Okay, he's saying a Darrow was a vampire slander. Surely, hopefully, he cut him down. We cut him down without anyone suspecting a thing. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud, but who cares? The mysterious day of Thomas Darrow was written about quite exclusively in the magazines about 15 years ago, back when you were a kid. Ah, Thomas Darrow. So that's what happened to the lost uncle of Darrow House. What about that research? Nothing. That's nothing. He says nothing more. All right, I have more questions. Okay. You know anything about the tea shop thing? Nah. You must be pretty. I get updates sometimes, but I don't know. Fun that it exploded though. Yeah, very fun. I with when tea floor explodes, right? Fun. It's probably a rogue wizard or some kind of magic item mishap. Whenever a necklace of fireballs was smuggled from floating cities around the sea, down to the peasants, who always find a way to blow themselves up in the most spectacular ways. Hilarious. That used to be common. Not every day a village exploded in a fireball. Those necklaces were valuable, but sometimes some smuggled one away from the front lines or off the factory floor. I was never too into evocation magic for that reason. Too easy. Chuckles in a sinister way. What are you voting in the elections? Ah, I it goes against my ideological belief to vote. Democracy doesn't work, never has, never will. Why would you say that? People are just too stupid on average statistically. uh, I have heard this said by many streamers nowadays as well. Meritocracy or technocracy might work. Hell, even oligarchy has its uses. But just look at the freestyles. But real democracy is foolish. It might help launch these other more powerful forms of governance into speed. But real permanent democracy, a shit show. Just you wait. What form of governance do you prefer then? A magocracy, of course. Dominance by those with godly arcane powers brings intense fortune to the world. Agreed, I like magocracy too, since I am a wizard. One day, perhaps you too shall sling 10th level spells and run the world. If Josh Toss is inebriating Ebbings. Terribly annoying. Ebbings, what? Of course, you haven't heard of it. The Esoteric Ebb. Esoteric terms of draining of high tier magic from Jerusalem. The lack of high tier magic is often taken for granted today due to general hatred of arcanists post Cold Coast War. The draining, you can talk about political theory all day, but if ebbing had not occurred, the arcanists would still rule the coast. There is no argument to be found. It was a tragedy. Hope magic returns to what it was. Then we hold the same dream one day, one day. This is a deep question here. The Demilich holds much knowledge despite his mad nature. Ask him, what is an ebb truly? Some ask if it's a tragical fading would be caused by Wood's end. It is not concluded very. It is not considered very acceptable to encourage such things, but it is a fair question. I have to ask, what do you think of the ebb really is? The universe swirls around in the air before landing down the altar. I say the same thing most rational alchemists say. Back when it was first discovered, Jor is alive. He's haunting us, taking away what he gave with his strings as a joke or a punishment or a gift, who knows. Skull slowly forced her. Could you help? Can I have the emerald? For what? I'm going to ask locals to turn the key through the pillar of jaw. That sounds absolutely crazy. You will die by following such a road. Great. He grabs the emerald with his teeth, making it clicky noise, then toss it into your chest. Go wild. He generally feels an appreciation towards his insanely stupid skill. You are unsure if the guy ever was smart or is this was his mind slipping into his undead fake state. Either way, a win for you. Now return to the Sphinx. I'm going now. Goodbye, wonderful. Okay, we got our emerald, but this guy's emerald is still showing here. Guys, please fix this. Your game has the emerald still showing. I got the emerald. Okay, that was a lot of talking. A lot of talking, guys. A lot of talking. I hope this helps. What's this? A people's resting place. Okay, I can just get healed like that. Okay, what's this? Oh, okay. I missed this. I. Okay, so before we go up, I think we should talk to two people, right? One is this dove who was scavenging and everything over here. Where is the place? Okay, so we can't go through here, right? Um, I think it was here, right? Yep, this is where it is. We can prepare our spells as well. Okay. Uh, okay, we can't do that here. Let's travel. Okay. Now we can talk to this guy. Wipes his brew and wails down at you. Hey, I found the ruins you were looking for. Yes, and I found the symbol, the ruins, the symbol of a sun. Yes. He lowers his head, letting it hang for a little while. Then he lets out a roar. For Helvede. His little body joins in the screech. That's not a good sign, huh? The dwarf takes a deep breath. The sun means the ruins are just the same as this, he says and taps a stone beside him. They are consecrated. The white men would never consecrate a sacred grate. Lost. Well, sorry. Bah, don't be. This means one thing. The lead was off, he scoffs. Oh well, time to regroup and rethink after the election, that is. Here. Tosses his pickaxe. A custom pretext secret in future. This is a very useful, sure. Is use you earned it, cleric of Norvik. Key. Of course, the pickaxe is a bit wonky. The keyword is supposed to be secret, as in you say the word secret and the pickaxe casts a spell. But it doesn't quite work. So Do it as you please. Wonky magic items can be dangerous or hilarious. Anyways, I will be packing up soon. And thanks again. Saved me a ton of effort. Maybe in few months you will join me for expectation. I will. I would love to tell with you as well. Great. Good luck. So what did we get? What is this? Ooh, nice. Examine. We can, the dog told you. Okay, let's figure it out. We have so many buffs. I think we can cross it. This is nothing like a regular memorization spell or often more taking the original content just putting away strict memory. A magic item, however, is crafted only to output those stages per automaton, nothing not giving any insights to the inner workings. Oh, then I should just be able to retrace steps of the Pixar esoteric activation, which strings are being pulled and then writing them down step by step. Yes, normally that could work even if it's highly difficult and slow process. However, this Pixar is broken. It does not perform those esoteric stages in proper order, or more likely on the stages is broken. Entirely due to the last rune being sliced. It would no matter what do you do, take around 3 hours for you to do this. We have time. You want legacy extract the spell. Okay. We did it, guys. We did it, and we can now equip this over here, and we will have strength and intelligence, and we look cool as well. Okay, and leave. Okay. Let's trans this and let's go from what does this one leads? Okay. I want to go to that what is that thing called? On the coast path. Yep. Oh, what is she doing here? Why hello there, Cleric. Yep. Hello again, Alf. Watch her face. She is happy to see you. Roots whisper of the man in the iron. How he broke the winter's plague, the dreaded good clash. Of course, most of us spread by. Oh my god, I don't know how to. Coco loro no moro no soroso. Coco loro moro. Coco loro no momo no roroso. After you saved him through esoteric freeze. Oh, that is the name of that mushroom. The mushroom man names quite literate roles of his highly impressive use of the fungal's primitive pronunciation. If you cared so much, why didn't you help? I could not touch upon the cursed roll. Okay. I said, okay. Oh, smiles. Her smile drops. It's no big deal. Just thought you should know. Yes, that's a slip up on my part. I will apologize to him later. She leans on her staff and is. So, what do you know now, cleric? A good question. I got some good info about Freesiders fellow and oh, I can't talk about it. I think I need to travel to another dimension. Oh, eyes light up. Trigger. I know a primal spirit who journeys through the gates. You know how to travel to the other side? No, that is not the something of likes of my power. Open Giant. She is the few creatures upon the undercoast who knows the gate secrets. Okay. But the pillar is not such nook nor this is forgotten. It is simply very shut. There are other gates there, so many, but they will not help you if you are looking for something inside there. Elf murmurs. Only know that two who Peter's influence in heart whispers of Viscan. Yes, Viscan. I do not contempt for him. I do not hold him despite his nature. Can be found in the very stasis in many farms left as tutors, guardians. Viscan is similar, it seems, for now. I see, if anyone. Yes, a smile fades her as he. Since you survived the trip to Room of Pipes, I'm assuming you already met with the Master of Whispers. Right, ever glad? He nods her cap. I do recommend it. Beyond the powers of and which cannot deal with, the aberration would surely allow you to enter the pillar, but the price would be steep. Steep price, Master. Be careful. Yes, listen to your aberration, friend. It would. It would never. It would know well. I will consider it. Do it. That on your own peril. A smile returns. You will make a good choice, I believe. And I wish you good luck on your esoteric journey. You still yes, cleric. You hear, despite him standing a fair bit away. Elf chuckles, cute. Have you met Tir? No, but I have heard of her. Okay. An elf serving a god. Interesting. She lets out a hearty but still sort of creepy laugh. Yes, my situation is a story as well, isn't it? I won't pry. This is not my intention, but I wish you like my angel friend. She lowers her cap and looks back at you. You're collecting quite a little warband, aren't you? It's called a party of adventurers. Sound fun. What's up with this little pine cone, guys? Uh, they are happy. You could make a good druid if you stripped a bit. Look around, nude. Yes, even point at your head. Yes, if you, I do not know any druid of any circles who carry man-made iron upon their flesh. Not today, not since the great split dome. I think I'll keep my armor. Thank you very much. Do you, cleric? She smiles. A more genuine one this time. Not a lecherous anymore. I say we need all kinds of people in the balance, including you, no matter what you wear or what your title is. The elf leans in, grabbing your shoulder for a moment. The spirits are watching you run along the strings, wisps, little ignorant flames. Some of the primals, some not. She turns into look into a mist. The root for you, for Snell too, and for her. This is celestial. Thanks. She stands very far away, isn't he? Well, same here, cleric. You'd never keep up. Wonderful dialect. I will clear, I promise. You watch her waddle off in a very unique walking style. Traps might be least favorite thing about this gig. All the mushroom, that's probably second in line. Time to go. Okay, let's go down from here. Is anything here? No, nothing's here. That's the mushroom guy. He's happy in his heart. Okay. Alright, we can go up to here. Okay. Now we can go up here. What the fuck? Okay. No, 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 no. Where was that place where that lady was? I forget the name of that creature. Okay. Let's go up and talk to Dead or something. Um, be aggressive. Push over the line, destroying each worthless monster in the way. That's how you get ahead in life. Aggressive competence with a stoic demeanor. What? Where is this thought coming from? From you. As the world comes back to be a puff, you're on top. One capable of slaying a damn troll. Yes, you are. Taste of pure near instant blood, instant death has got to you hooked. More, more fights, more near death experience, more romance. Romance. Knights chasing down tyrannical dragons, damsels being carried to safety, empires falling and kingdoms rising, men with goodness in their hearts bearing the burden of reigniting spirit, breaking darkness, smashing evil. You are finally reached that point. So all I need to do is to order to feel good in my job is kill an extremely dangerous and probably even now probably now extinct gigantic monsters. The romantic ideal of heroism, knights and kings is fascist propaganda used to elicit unrealistic aesthetic ideals for young men, radicalized into nationalistic agendas. What? What? Yes. How long is average life expectancy of cleric again? Irrelevant. It's really not. Okay, finally. Feels like you might be leaning in the wrong direction here. That's true. It's oh yes, risk assessment, baby. Larger the larger that creature is, the more you should be getting paid. Not in troves of loot, but shit's a nice a bonus. But you gotta get this on paper before you dive in. Your life on the line. The pouch is getting fat. Time them's the rule. I have heard more about clerics who do freelance. It could be cool. Could be really cool. Invaluable. Right. I like getting paid a livable wage. Oh yes, the towers are infamous for the tight budgets after all. Gotta make living somehow. Taking a gamble for pay is good, sure, but actually live to tell the tale. For what you need more than luck. You need luck of the fool. I'm lucky. Well, every time you head down, there's a gamble. Every time you take on the job, there will surely even be more ruthless jobs at that role in the future. You will roll a die. A die being 50-50 chance of death and destructions. What did the red one call it? Getting blood misted. Instantaneous smashing. That's it. That's what you're risking every time. So embrace it. Focus on being clearly really lucky. You have survived long enough on the gut and feeling and ultimately pointless gambles. It is time to calculate your odds properly. Tell me more. You can clearly evaluate each time you take a challenge. Your outcomes are quite extreme. Appears you must. Okay, that might be true. It is. Even recognizing a personal skill level involved in particular tasks, the overwhelming power of chance is evidently your cheapest ally. That is bad. Uh, Curved yet balanced bell. A bell curve, yes. If you before had an equal chance of each outcome, which is quite volatile, this would instead allow you to take control of the outcome, aligning your attempts around an average. I understand what this means. Obviously, this is quite rudimentary. Of course, this would impact both you and your opponents. Luck of fools. Okay. Whenever you roll a natural one, you get the result and take another result and take 1d4 damage. This effect can repeat to infinity. This damage cannot take you below 1 HP. Okay. Man, I have rolled natural ones only once in this game. Dungeon reflex dodge enough shit to grow there. Whenever you roll 10 or below, add an extensive proficiency to the roll. Okay. Professional cleric, this is it. You feel it. Finally, you're competent. You cannot critically fail. So you can never roll one. Whenever you whenever any d20 is rolled, the strings of jaws causes the outcome to lean towards 10. The chance of critical rolls are diminished. Huh? That's bad. I will take I will take professional cleric. Uh, yeah, yeah, much better feat actually because of like uh, okay, let's engage here and let's do prepare spells. And this is not required. We will take inflict wounds. Finish. Okay. Yes. The corpse is filled with animated spirit of whoever he was in life. I don't think this guy is got anything interesting to say. I don't know, Snell. Maybe he saw something about the t-shirt. I did not. The corpse was out. Oh, fuck. Companies. Just think. As ask a normal question. Corpse does not respond. Not a question. What? What? What's? What? How? When and who did you know related to the surrounding of generic topic of dish? The doves got there. It's a rebel place, bad place. I don't let my boys go near. I won't raise no stinking as gallist. The bird is rotten apple too. Just in case you wanted to know. Damn, you got yourself a milk drinker. That's two. There are three more questions. What's your name? My name is Fem. Riveting. Uh, didn't you have anyone to pay for his erection? Yes, my boys. They would not dare leave me dead. Yes, has been down here for a long time. They're not coming to save him. Okay. You happy? Okay. So I guess I you could spend the money raising him, but clearly that's up to you. It's interesting. I have enough money to raise him, man. Why not raise him? 300 gold is nothing. I have like 220,000, 50,000 gold or something.
Hmm?
Where is that? Uh, You incurred costly. It seems that ready to vivify. Wouldn't it cost quite a bit of money to bring him back? Almost a month's rent. So I am completely cleric and I am an arcanist. So that's it. And we can use consumables, which is okay. And we need to speak to the dead. You see slight twitch of the squashed body. As long as the mouth remains somewhat intact, the spell will allow it to speak. There's something wrong about this. As if you weren't turned into a cold little so when lips begin to move like sludge. A faint wheezing comes out the throat. Okay, I'm ready. Time to talk. Maybe she will be happy to answer. I'm a cleric. 5 questions. Oh my god. Why were you in the tea shop when it exploded? A meeting, a planned meeting with a friend. The lovely hag. Gives you a look. You gotta find a hag now. Getting messy. What was this meeting you had planned in the tea shop? It was a sale, a negotiation with the freestyler contract. Oh, interesting. Uh, who actually came to this meeting? Not, not the one I expected. This is, and it was, uh, as if it had to rise to get away. The state, huh? One of her hands burnt and Stale attempts to unfurl his finger. It breaks as it does, black dust falling onto the table, but it clears. She's attempting to point. It was you? Ah, did anyone want to kill you? No, everyone loves me. Nasi is much. Great, that was a damn scent of other hands. Unless the elf being sarcastic, one can cops be sarcastic. They can lie during answers if they want to. Right? Do you think she did? She's whispering for a good second. If he had said that aloud, it would have counted as a. It's an elf, of course. It will lie. I believe in the dead elf. S- Yeah, sure. Free Strider, huh? If you get a chance, you should vote for me. Champion of Arcanist. Do you think elf cares, cleric? Cobb's mouth stiffens once more, mimicking an end. This was 5. Alright, good. What did we learn? It's an elf. That's true, it's an elf. That's what everybody loves very much. But whoever showed up again wasn't her friend. Instead, he gives a story stare. He said it was you. I was not at the tea shop during the explosion. Yeah, I was at the towers. My betrayer can vouch for me, even if he really doesn't like me. I believe you. Nell must have been mistaken. I am resurrected by your master. Yeah, true. He sent. We sent for you. You were clearly not on tall side at the time, and someone is obviously trying really hard not to let you investigate all of this. Thanks for believing in me. No problems. But my guess in a is it's another agent in the state possible. What else point or tries to say that you are the one she saw at the tea shop. Yeah, no, she means a cleric or an Utkat or something like that. 100%. Uh, that makes a lot more sense than have me having amnesia. Yeah, it's not like memory changing spells don't exist, but it's too much. Got to follow the simple answers, and that's not you being a secret bad guy. So now we look for Myriadox claims. if there is a way for us to get into the pillar, that's what we're gonna do. Something interesting stuff to think about. Okay. The only hag I know in this city is the one. The only hag I know is the hmm is the that spore gag woman, and no one else. Hmm. So should we go and ask the spore woman, or should we just go and what's this? Okay, we can just go and give this engage. So, little one, I need help entering the jaw. Excellent. Can I see it? Oh, what happened? I got the ruby, right? I mean the emerald. What is happening? I got the emerald, right? What the fuck, man? I found the emerald, but we can't use it for some fucking reason. Let's talk with this guy.
Mm.
So you're not surprised. It'll surprise me these days. Why not? You know how to get in? I do. There's no major secret. However, the method is quite difficult. To enter the quick left the gate, you will need astral for the a ninth level spell. Indeed, you would need a spell scroll that is only reasonable manner to solve this. Wouldn't just that project is normally yes. However, entering a gate of joy with said spirit causes your physical being to follow. Recommended by okay. I can't cast undoubtedly rude. Can you cast the spell? Without the spell code I cannot. Me neither. Guess we are in some same state, huh? He does not respond. Then how about the spell scroll? He nods. Precisely correct. A spell scroll of extra projection, extremely powerful item, no doubt. However, I would not be so strange for us to be found in the halls beneath us. Of course, despite your natural acumen of string manipulation, he possesses the ability to cast 9 level spell reliably. If you acquire one, bring the scroll to me. I will cast it for you. You can cast 9 level spells. I can reliably cast 9 level spells. Cool, yes. Okay. Okay, so I have the emerald, but I can't use the emerald for some reason. Let's think about it. What he asked? Astral projection, right? I think it will be in the snail room, maybe. Oh shit. I am the cleric. Good enough. You are the cleric. No, there's nothing left to prove. So is yeah, the thing on the head of the corpse is not needed. I begin carefully slip of the helmet from the corpse broken head. You may have it. Sweet, thanks. What lies down there? Okay. I have defeated. Yes, we felt, we cheered. We are grateful. The freezing, breaking, slashing. Are you good or evil, Mr. Roots? We are. We are. What can you tell me about these ruins here inside the trifler? The beast of many eyes who lives in the pipes. Beware, it's a warning. Beware. Good to be prepared. That's all now. Break the spell. Right. So we even got the helmet, right? Okay. We didn't get the helmet. We had to pickpocket it for some reason. Okay. Maybe it's in here. Hmm. Didn't see this. This is the place. The goblin looks around. Looks clear. I think words are ancient but understand them. Is Kurum? It is broken. Seal is unleashed. Ooh. What the fuck is that? Is a snail? It is a snail. Snail takes a few more steps back. Uh-huh. Hello up there. As you watch the snail folk, the bygone era slaps into the snare at it. Watch the creature shake, shrivel, its flabby skin moving freely, its glistening surface reflecting the light. The staff that holds immense power. Look at the shell. It's covered with trinkets, books, vitals. So this is how the snail folk were. They had hands. I was thinking, how did snail folk made things like that? Because snails don't have hands, right? But this guy surely has hands. There is no doubt. There is a wizard of the highest degree. Look at the staff. Use a flame go darken temple. Get era effect. Um. Oof. Staff of strings. Damn. We can just. We put won't go there. Okay. So this is what the girl look like. Yalu. The snail holds up his open hand, four fingers stretched out. This twist and the snap. There we go. What a that should be better. I always keep a tongue prepared for the specific situation. Nothing as awkward as dealing with foreign dignitaries when you run out of jaw slots. I am Iskurum, cold puller of Tulen Empire, master of the path, server. I am the cleric. Don't worry, Mr. Ryan. I am not poisonous, nor do I hold any ill will. Beware is reading your mind. I apologize, I can't help it. That's not the kind of phrasing I would use. Isanko stares at you. Hold on. Is some kind of wizard thing. Green one notes those things. Small links of fate. I cannot help you. Yeah, I can help, but here everything you think cleric. It was cleric was is it not? It is. Get into it. Ah yes, celestial grand. The spirit sure do come in all shapes and sizes. What is fascinating meeting we have here now? A snail man looks around leading at his staff. My mind seems to have slipped a bit. You should care for such position. I believe you seem imprisoned here for a long time. How long? His eye retract as if does not want to answer the question. I honestly not sure. I'm assuring an era of dragons occurred after our reign. However, we ruled in the aftermath of the shutting of the gates. It had been 200 even 11 years since then. The year our city burned during the Fade era. Then not very long after the gates had shut. That is 1016 years ago. Crazy stuff. You hear it creak millennia. I was in status for millennia. Yes, yes it is. Oh gods. His eyes shoots out, aiming around the room. He is alone. His entire folk type has been wiped off the map before the humans even held their own kingdoms. I am alone. There is no one, is there? He shakes and shrugs. I see Snell, West, but scary. He is seeing Hale Snells currently. Are you crying? No, 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 no. This is what you made of yourselves. Goor Emma, you fool. You led me into this primal state, regenerative, frozen, monstrous beast. Yeah, you have gone those. Yeah, we have got those all over us, Kenny. Let's out a mad love. They wanted to use primal cold to break the dragon's fire. That bastard led to the devotion. This is. Her last thought was, I think you are a cleric. Imagine if in your head. Now, please think about your talk at the iron door. She was in the iron doors. They threw her in the iron door for millennia. His eyes drooped towards the ground. I cannot believe it. My actions cost. I ruined my people. I brought flames. I divided them. Yet in the end, I did not even pay for the crimes with my life. Instead, I pay by standing here alone among the ashes. Yes, Kani. Her last thoughts were only of you. Let's lets out a grunt, then painful howl. He rose, a deeply bubbling scream, causing his glistening flesh to vibrate. Stare at the snake. And he stops, he takes his staff and slams it on the ground. I reject this string. Jaw's words do not speak on the humble nature. He broke off this world to make his own path. I will do exactly the same. Snake's going mad, fairly, fair really. I like what you're saying still. Let's a gust of it. I can fix this. What? Yeah, what? Fix what? My dear Tooth was destroyed by my iron prison. That leaves her soul in the pieces, not quite dead, not quite in existence, but I am cord puller is Kurm. I wield strings like Jor himself. For this day I am no longer seek power nor achieve greatness, nor will I build empires. I will only perform one miracles. I will resurrect her. Then I will pay her back thousandfold for her unyielding love and devotion. Yes. Clenches to her fist. Pay your debt toll into her with everything I have. Sounds like a plan. True decision not easy, especially with the strings this week. And Ebb is surely. What can you tell me more about? Yes, anything you read, I am in your debt. He mutters to himself and leans to his staff. I now have a time limit, cleric. In 200 years, the fragments of my life self will leave this plane forever. Thus, I can no longer resurrect her. And it will take some time, but it can be done. Anything can be done. He's coping, but not in a terribly destructive way. It is possible, improbable, but possible, even for a snail. Fuck yes. You need anything, just let us know. Thank you, my green friend. That's a that is very romantic, is Urum. I wish you luck on your venture. Do you have any spell calls I could have? Any you are interested in? I can dig in for. I can get one for you. What about School of Astral Projection? You have a particular test that is not a spell you are even able to cast, not without great unreliability. So is that a no? Of course not. Enjoy. And the tingling ability to grasp it without with your life. Considering the state of the world, I would not have the intended effects. Suggest. Do you have? It's an oldie. I never was to put that. Say anything else. After 35 seconds. No, you seem to have thought of all I am able to hand except what? Shark's eyes slowly reacting entire. Just watch. Soon the snail is no more, and you are standing in front of a shell. That's convenient. Then slowly as he retracted, he begins to leave the shell and went in the esoteric treatment from mind cleric. I appears only in spells. Scroll you actively. Scroll of wish. He hands a spell of wish. What are you holding in your hand? Wish? I'm sorry, what? It is a very dangerous item. It's not. It's like the wish is it. What is wish? However, you cannot memorize it at the current level of attunement. Attempting to cast it directly would take, even at your level of talent, weeks, months, probably. But this is wish. I could wish for anything. Wish is one of the few non-epic tier spells that can widely shape reality, and it's arguably the most powerful and versatile of all ninth level spells. It is so powerful in fact that it can simply cripple anyone who doesn't manage to cast it. The only truly safe usage of wish is its power to ask for casting of another spell, 8th level or lower. That sounds awesome. Snail minutes are bubbling shy. I received the spell scroll from the Jean I fought alongside during the war. It was a reminder to stay humble for those who use it for personal gain, use it for shortcut to greatness. Always end up in the ashes. I did not always listen to such ideals, but when it comes to this spell, I have respect for it. One of my teachers, the great Rit Ios, uses this power to shatter the hearts of souls of hundreds of ice devils. In the process, her entire being turned into permanent esoteric pocket. Wow. I'm giving this spell scroll not to use cleric, but as a reminder of your mortality. That's not in Buddha. He makes a peculiar mouth movement, a grin. I like your fire, it burns bright. I'm good. That's all I have to ask the wizard for now, and I will see you around. Okay, I can't use that. Wow. Anyways, now we got this one, and I hope this time it works. And with that, we will use our bone dust. Consume, and consume. Alright, so we are completely prepared. Just save the game once, and then let's go to what is that guy's name? Fuck, forgot his name. Vixen or Vixen, and use no. Can we talk to this guy now? Grabs the scroll with deliberate movement and interference. Wonderful. You are full of surprise, cleric. The pale man opens it, taking a few glances over the scroll out to Lincoln. This is beautiful to find. Puts it away and gives you a slight smile. This is an illusionary wall in here over my book collection, says. Of course, you already know that, but I hope its contents have proved all and will prove too useful. Yes, enjoy. When you are ready, call me for the to the pillar. I will cast it on you and any party members you wish to bring them into darkness. Will do. Thank you for my have your welcome. Returns to the work. So now we can do this, right? Now we can do this. So we can go to this place and engage here. All right. If you do this, there's no going back. The gate might never allow you to return. You sure have finished all your make. Okay, so this is the final thing. Are you ready? Your soul is ready. This point of no return. You will begin a free long rest once you choose the method of entering the pillar. You will need it for the journey to come. With those exact thoughts, okay. I deliberate over it descends from above. Ask Viscount to use astral projection. It's time then. You sound more and more like him. Time for you to call for the wizard. Call her Whisker. It's time then. Whisken. Etir. Whisken. Snell. Whisker. Cleric. Spotted scrap mimic. Snail. No. Just focus. Boring. Etir. Yes, cleric, I'm here. He believes you are worried. You are worried. Paleman takes out the spell scroll. Give me a moment. It will take me time for me to initiate the casting. Good luck. Thank you. I will need it. The strings are weak, cleric. Too weak for such a spell normally. But I shall make it work. Give me some time. You have time. Use it to rest. You're still into the whole help me mortal thing at here? Assisting you investigating a non-city environment. Yes. This this includes the far realm and this many special forms, so you're not worried. You get no answer for a few seconds. Yes, cleric, there are many unaccounted questions about this type of journey. However, it shall be done. There is no doubt in my mind. You have ever been there before? No, cleric. I was born upon this plane. The generation before me did not. It shall be interesting viewing a realm beyond, if also intimidating, right? Th- uh, Thank you for coming along. She nods. Last chance. You sure you want to come in with? He says nothing for a while. The goblin just looks up to the pillar. Yeah, I don't know. It might be crazy, but from everything I have seen so far, it just leaves to be if you won't pursue this guy, something terrible will happen. I can't be alone in thinking that you're not. Figured. We need to do this. How about you, Meek? You ready to head into the beyond? Sorry, where? The beyond. Meek is clearly not been paying attention to the current events. Is this danger for Meek? Potentially. That is scary, but okay, Meek will guide cleric past any trap. That there is trap in beyond, right? Potentially. Yeah, great mimic will help. Gods, I need to sit down. Do not worry, Snell. There are surely no folk made traps in that place. Only beast of the far realm. Great. That thanks. I will like to unsubscribe from Farlem Flats now, please. I'm not a subscription service, Nell. Goblin hunches down, closes his eyes, taking a deep breath. This seems really dangerous even for me. Yes, it might be your end. However, it is not important to make sure this does not happen again. It's a foolish thing to throw oneself into the abyss. Yes, its particular case, it appears to be one only option you are left with if you wish to continue this journey. Let's just hope this weird burning fellow you are hunting is a reasonable one, eh? Complete your free long rest, move on. You close your eyes, you feel the pillar rising up above the clouds beneath the earth, piercing the wheels of something beyond. You are ready. Snell takes a deep breath. Etir Halo is spinning faster. The pale man lifts up the scroll of a faint blue line is drawn between it and the closest surface of the pillar. It is ready. Whisper to whisper. Teleport only me if I'm going alone. Okay, let's go. Let us. He begins to mumble the words. In lucem vitae profer iter nostrum ad ulteriora et vesta. Bring into the light the life our path to beyond and wide. Beyond and wide. I'm reading wide as weed. Viscan closes the scroll. Good luck. Gulp. Touch the pillar. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh, shit. We turn on the lights this time. Okay. And there is rain. Oh, are we going down or are we going up? I think we are going up. The pillar of jaw, the sword, the air careening, deafening and silent, profound and debauch. It does not stop. Do anything. You and you join in further. Attempt to move in direction of out. Try to, but the force too loud. Dribble, drilling, catching, burning. All sense alert. No chime to guide. Try to think about your party. The scarf creeps up. An angel is close. A goblin clings to life. You are on a path, carefully closing, quickly cutting, violently pressing. There is a calming pressure rising. Huh? Your earthly organs compromising. Each orb and lobe so gently breathing. Your mind is dying and interconnected disbelieving. See it just beyond. I don't know what I'm reading, man. Just let it bell begun to ring. Oh no. This path of yours is just a string until one. Ah! Okay, did we die? Is this heaven? What the fuck? What is this? That's my sword and my body. Oof, look at me. I look so cool, man. Endless. Look around. There's nothing. Look below. Water? No. This esoteric substance. Phlogiston. A substance found naturally in the beyond due to the nature of its existence is difficult to investigate. However, scarce archives record suggest it's type of chemical glue holding realms together or acting a bridge between those realms. Look at yourself. You are whole, but shaken. Pure disorientation in this dark place. What did Master do? This is the scarf scrolls about in itself and does not stay same more. Where am I? George Cross Road. I can't even use my. Okay. Snail? Etir? Someone? I can't even run, man. Time is coming back. Oh no. No, this isn't good. I don't think this is true at all. Damn. I think everybody died and I am the only one made it. Or maybe I'm yeah, sure isn't looking too good. But maybe you can negotiate with whatever out there. Oh, there's something here. Light. Should I follow the light? Fear deep unnerving. Okay. 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 Beyond stares back into you. You feel everything and nothing. Silver light balanced upon a static surface. Follow it. Okay. That's what I'm doing. But it's all scattered all over the place. Fascinating. Genius brought you here. This place is. You alone will conquer it. Okay. This is the end. You're not strong enough for this. Maybe not, but let's find out. Oh, somebody. Hey, who's that? No, not again. What happened? Display failure. You are disappointment. What? What? Is it game over? Okay, something's happening. Something's happening. Ooh, starry nights. Is this Milky Way? Wow. Look at that visuals, man. Blinded by strange lights above, your eyes adjust. You peer onwards. In the darkness, you see the pillar of light. Something beckons you forth. Okay. Where the fuck did I come to, man? The fuck? It's how people investigate. Obviously, who's this? Behold, the cobbler. Okay. He's a level 20 cleric. He's this sadness in his voice that I born from years of watching you children go astray. You do not believe that he is showing you let you. Okay. Let's go talk to this guy.
Oh,
Hello. Old man walks and the counter. Hello. He gives you a glance and polite nod. When he keeps walking, still focusing. You are a shoe repairer? Old man lets a short laugh. Let me ask you something. Do you believe yourself to be naturally funny or is there a effort involved? Uh, Pure talent, nothing else. He nods and chuckles to himself. What are you doing here? Work mainly. Dancing around the subject. That's not what I meant. I see. As long as there are feet on the ground, there are shoes for tending. That's what my father always said. Maybe you can get some actual info if you play along. Make some small talk. Did he also work with book? He did. Most boys took after their fathers in the village. in one way or another, grabs a tank to rip some leather of the soul. I think the best thing I can tell you is another saying of my dear old father. There is nothing but worse parts of our parents with splash of random ego. We are nothing but worse parts of our parents with a splash of random ego. that's that's nobody's parents will agree. What are you working on? A legionnaires boat, not the enchanted kind that would fall apart this easily. It needs a soul replacement, needs studs and hobnails. You know much about boots? I wear them. Looks down at your feet. Hmm. Udgard standard, of course, what else? He points his hammer at you and says, you know, those they wanted to send you out in nailback originally. Nailbacks. Could you imagine? Blister, blisters, blisters. Would a boot enjoy this one? The old man shakes his head and clicks his tongue. Then teal for soft striders. Thank teal for soft striders. Interesting. The old man speaks of the old god. Yes, from before the journey west till which god was that? The one that one left in the old country? Where do you come from? Not from money, nor greatness of any kind. If I had to point, I had to extract what the fuck? If I had to extract some source, one point of origin for myself, that would be a small, unfortunate village on the coast. He grabs some fresh nails from the bucket under the workbench. I was born to do this, he says, and hammers one of them in the bottom of the boat. Good, fair, decent service. What are you voting? Yusufu doesn't answer the question for quite a while. He mutters out, there is no perfect choice, is there? Vote for me. I will be your god king wizard if I ever get out of here. This is a very big responsibility you could place on your own shoulders. You are the ultimate authority on what it's meant to be arcanist. Are you sure you want that for yourself, the burden of it? I am the only one who can do it. Confidence is important. Just remember to doubt as well. He smiles. Who are you? Not son of Toke. What is that? Is my name. Keeps walking on the boat. It is time to inquire. Why are you in the beyond? Not. Oh, I died. I have been here for years. Stick. You're dead. Everything here is not so material. You included. If you stay too long, he holds up to the boat, looking at the bottom of with one eyes. It's a tunnel. A ride going away. Head straight outside. It's been left behind for a bit longer, though it's just a bit longer. You stuck here? I like to be see it as an unpaid vacation. The old man places down his boot and hammer gently as he's placing his own child upon the bench. Ran cleric. It's not evil, nor are his hands clean. I cannot speak with him myself, so I ask of you, please, please handle it with heart and grace. He's here, the one you're looking for. By the stairs, yes. Go to him before it's too late. Old man points to the left. You want you have 1,000 questions for this shade of a man, and your mind it won't allow you, which is ominous. You know you cannot ask this man more, for he cannot tell you. Thank you. Okay, left. The fuck is this? Man, what is this, man? Oh, that's the guy, man. That's the guy. Oh, this is Lord Gorn. This is the guy we thought he died, right? And that woman was searching for him. Ah, this choices led him down this doom path. Painful, really. Where am I going? Greetings, brother. Greetings. He bows before you. Missing blood completed. My name is Grom's Scald Man. Loyal servant of wood. Look at his sword, damn, and his arms. This is necrotic, right? And he has pink eyes. This is Lich. And this is fucking man. Look at that sword, damn. I need your help. You see the writhing corruption upon his arm. It causes him to shake, touched by the void. He appears sane enough somehow. So that is how it is. My lord, Neil. No, no, no need for that. I gave up such dignities a long time ago. Paladin performance perfectly exit the fist on chest salute. As he does, he notices the long sword seated at his hip. Such a legendary blade, it would serve an excellent symbol for your rule. He does not see you as a threat. The state has fallen, brother, he says and lets out a crackling cough. In the grief and anger, I have made some egregious choices. Choices are you talking about? The tea shop? Among others, yes. Ooh. You. The broken man lifts his helm, revealing a rugged face covered in layers of sweat and ash. Gods, he says, pressing in the not an ruined hand against his brow. It should never have come to this. Sorrow in his eyes, meeting your gaze. How many years have you served? 5 at the towers. And then you know well the particulars of Udgat politics. Akisam was struck by feeble mind spell over 3 years ago. He is hidden away in the palace manor for all this time. The Lord Patriarch, yes, the city is now a headless chicken run by a cabal of magistrates. On a cursed evening 3 years ago, the leader of Norvik was as good as assassinated. They decided to keep it a secret. Their reasoning was simple. It was for the security of the city. Without oath, we have no protocol on the transfer of power. None revealed to the public, at least. Have you seen Lord Oscar? I have. I have one of the few about a year ago. Our Lord Petticoat lost his own mind. His restorative magic, no instruments, none were able to master, at least. It's time like these you imagine the small folk cry out for the power of the Arcanist without this mess. Hold on. Are you sure Lord Petticoat isn't just old? That's what most people think. That reasoning is why no one questioned his absence. However, Askam was shrewd man and a hell one at that. He would eventually be taken by the age, of course, but not like this. It was sudden and totally eclipsing his mind, foul magic at work. Who knows about this? Few, the magistrates, some of the patriarchs, all of them sworn party officials, including me, despite my lower status as a paladin. It's a tightly guarded secret. Aye, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. They were sworn. How terrible. And none of them have told people. Why? They cannot, nor can I. Why did they keep it a secret? They did it to consider how dangerous for him to falter after serving for so long. Waited to hold up a puppet until the elections. But that is what they decided. I was not in the particularly smoky room. Who caused who cast the feeble mind spell? Enemies of the state, they broke into the manor at night, they got away. The magistrate pointed to the cultist. I went looking. I was able to find any proof of such activities. Why are you telling me this? Why are you here, brother? I believe those two questions have the same answers. What do you mean about the transfer of power not being revealed? It was kept hidden. That was Orth's legacy, his instruction. Magistrates and the Lord Patriarch were provided with guidelines for the eventual death of Akasam. And how did you see these guidelines? I found them in escape chambers when I was allowed to visit him. It was as if an old man was guiding me to them, even in his feeble state, or someone else was. Tell me now. He grabs his corrupted arm to stop the twitching. Then he speaks in a regal tone. Or upon the death or at the behest of his lord Akasam, a provisional government will be declared. He closes his eyes, reciting the words as if they were scratched on his back of his eyelids. This government shall have 2 years to oversee an electoral process, at the end of which a permanent government chosen by the people shall be enacted. The provisional government shall be headed by two individuals with shared power and responsibility to provide full suffrage to all citizens of Norway. The first individual shall be elected by all active clerical patriarchs within 7 days. The second individual shall be elected by all active guild union leaders within 7 days. He opens his eyes. One cleric, one Asgalist. Wood's legacy. If either of the provincial electoral processes fail, the individual will be chosen by a random lottery at the end of those 7 days. Random lottery? This is a jest. He coughs. The instruction included more details, of course, but this is what Puth wanted from us, brother. This is what Eskem wanted. He was going to step down, retire to enact the final will of the glorious God. So that's why the feeble minded him. They could not let oath will pass. They could not let go of the power. Those corrupt bastards. Yes, brother, that is what they are. Now this I will read Uth's legacy, his last will over a year ago. Eskem was targeted 3 years ago, right as the election began taking shape. I think about it. If a cleric and Asgalist were to be put in charge of entire electoral process, who would lose? Who would possibly want to avoid such scenario? The free striders and the powers behind their redemption coffers. He gives you a very tired look. I have worked tirelessly to find the truth in this. I used my privileged access to archives, party meetings, documents spanning all districts, the ability to investigate all the magistrate without alerting anyone to my intent. It turns out the answer was not so hidden. What did you find? All magistrates have deals with Askani Rates Trading Company. In total, approximately 85.5 million crowns with former public work investment, guild expansion, targeted tariffs, consultancy fees, the illegal sales of Norwegian properties, exclusive land licensing bids, key positions within district bureaucrats, and sometimes even just gifts. That they are, brother. Eyes flick to his arm, his face confronting painful veins. I know well why you are here. I am responsible for the explosion. He admits it. The elf, she, calm lifts his head. Regret. He places his hand upon the pommel of his sword. You killed her. Arguably, yes. Arguably, I should explain. The party of Norwich was been entirely corrupted by crowns and the foreign interest. He scoffs to himself. Our city sliced up, auctioned off. Why didn't you speak up? Break your oath. People would believe you. They trust you. Brother, my oath is not one to be broken. I saw my life to the party. I see. If I spoke to the press, if I spread rumors, if I so much as mentioned the foul play to the beggar on the side of the road, he laughs. Little tears in his eyes. My body would reject the words as my soul would reject its vessel. My life forfeit to the whims of the fallen city. His head falls, his shoulders heavy, the burden, the weight of his curse. Nevertheless, a real man would have been able to break it, lifting his head, his jaw clenched, one hand gripping over the other. I should have been able to. The fact he's telling you this tells you his soul already lost to the dominion to the beyond. But here you are free to speak. Yes, the oath is not broken. I can still feel it. But here, oath does not watch me. Here he does not see what monster I have become. He wish he never does. What do you do? He lifts his mutilated arm, the flayed skin pulsating around veins like tendrils. I sought out the aberrations. Oh, well, we all knew he was there. Ever glad, never considered a threat. Down in his flooded temple, nor were his warlocks. I did not imagine he would so easily give me everything I needed. What did he give you? Power, terrible, terrible power. Clenches his mutilated fist. A god never dies, brother. They simply fade from our world. That much was clear when I watched him go. The means which enough power with current esoteric ritual, I can return him to material reality. He takes a decisive step forward. I can bring back our god. The nature and rules are working gods are not strictly defined in any academic circles. Be wary of anything this corrupted paladin tells you. You want to resurrect Earth? I can bring him back. You can smell the hubris. There's nothing but pain in the statement. He speaks truth or no, it does not matter anymore. He is on the path till the end. 1,400 pounds of silver, branches from 5 trees grown on the soil of this birth, diamond carrying a worth of 100,000 crowns as per last material break. And the paladin bellies down. It's all ready. I have it all. An overwhelming value even for a high tier restriction. What makes you certain it would even work? A vision, brother. I know, far fetched, but in this beyond, there was no limit of spell casting. Rules are different, wilder. This is an esoteric freedom. I have seen into the depths of this place. It's all somewhere close. I can feel him watching me, giving me this vision. You realize what you sound like, right? Yes, I'm aware. I am both look and sound like a raving cultist. He flexes muted hand. The pain is familiar to him at this point. He seeks it out as much as he wants to avoid it. What spell is this called? I do not care the name of it. It does not deserve one. Why is this reservation a spell? She needs a name. But this is what he wants. Why not reveal it? What level the spell? I do not know. 10th, 11th? Return of a divine spark. Yes, that would certainly be above ninth. When are you casting it? I have been casting it for days, brother. It's the completion. How did you learn to cast it? Everglad esoteric connection with beyond allowed me to make contact with number of otherworldly beings. They helped me mold a custom epic tier spell for sole purpose of resurrecting one specific god. While an appearance has been tainted by the farm influence, this is not for the influence. Not is it influence. This is divine magic as its most powerful. How did you get the spell components? The branches I secured myself by visiting the cursed lands. Why the diamonds and silver secured by Ilum. The elves paid for the spells. Oh, this is just gets better and better. They did in full. What did they wish in return? The same thing they always wish for: our eradication. Cuffs and winces. The Ilum wishes to stop free traders from getting a foothold in Ascan. They believe the Oath folk to be weak without them. Easy prey. They were wrong, but I played into the assumptions. To them, I am a rogue paladin wanting revenge on my people, one who needed funding to establish a network of dissidents. After a few favors, they gladly provided me with the silver, the diamonds, along with an agent to plant the necklace of fireballs. You bought the necklace of fireballs at the city? Yes. I signed the paper to get it through the customs without inspection. Then it landed in the hands of an elf. Pinjathina. The elf is in the tea shop. Yes. He looks after the void. The elf did exactly as her masters ordered. She took the necklace from the shipment on the waterland. Then she made sure the box was stored in the place underneath the temple, in Drummer's secret tunnel. The tea shop owner, yes. I visited a few times to make certain it was a good spot. Pinjathina made sure the crate with hidden necklace was stored inside. It was supposed to be stay there until the election, at which point you would remove it so it would export, right? Which as the hand appears to tense up. You were tricking the elves, right? Everglade whispered in my ears that morning. He told me the elf had set up a meeting with the freestyler agent. I intervened. I entered the tea shop from the pillars crossing. Past the tunnel, I found her sitting in the one of the booths. She had necklace of fireballs in her grasp. Let him speak. The elf was planning on selling it to make an escape for herself. I don't blame her, but I could not let her take it. The thought that possibly did not cross my mind. I cast Charm Person on her, though I had forgotten how the elves would ignore such effects. All paladins are the same. They never think before they act. She reacted violently, threatened to blow up both up. And last, her mind rested on possibilities of escape solution. She found none. Again, I did not blame her for this. Before I had a chance to, before I figured out what to say, I saw it in her eyes. Her gaze no longer focused on the void behind you. No pierces your eyes behind the helm. She had already made up her mind. She cast Misty Step, reaching in the edge of the room before it hit the ground. She was incinerated instantaneously. Me, I made out with seared flesh. He closed his eyes. He did not suffer for what little it's worth. She suffered. She suffered if every indignity a person can at the behest of this man. No, she did. Blue flames, blue flames, a heat and blast so while unconscious is drained from the shock itself. She did not feel the fire, but she felt everything before. And looks at you with dead eyes. Your gut sings, it conjoins and toils among the eternal waters, words spoken by the gruff man near breaking your resolve. This is the fourth component of the spell. One final sacrifice, of course. A cost of God's spark. What is the final component, Lord Gorm? He does not meet your gaze, as he says. The true souls of 27 of his followers. One soul for each year since his fading, forcibly taken into the beyond. Oh dear gods. This will there will be channeled here to this exact corridor upon death. At that which point the spell will be cast and oath will return to the rest of the people. Closes his eyes and mutters a few words to himself, a prayer disgusting. Thus I am forsaken. You are insane. Not yet. 27 innocent people, 26. I will I will be the final sacrifice. You think that makes it okay? No, no one, no, none of this is okay. And that will resurrect Earth. I believe it will. Belief is a fickle thing when wielded by jaded men. I need your help, brother. Without a necklace of fireballs, it will be a grim task to collect these souls. He holds out a clenched face, mutated flesh, and a grotesque ball. Will you assist me visiting our god? Darkness in his eyes, death pulled at his feet. The paladin is doomed. Interesting as an epic tier spell is in action would be, do not follow this madman. You have cast so many spells from a position of naive intrigue where the forces break your every flesh apart. This is nothing to wow. Nice one. Hi monkey. That's a new one. A spell of this value and power, how do you imagine it would end? Exactly as it caster intends. Do not follow this fully to this demise. You watching a tragedy unfold beneath the stars. The poor man has been driven to brink of his abyss. He is staring into it. A chronic lack of agency, a zealot on the edge of desperation. This whispers he hears. He cannot get his voice. They anything but. Please speak to this man. Make him remember the path taught by the oath, your good God. It's impressive, really. You have crazed maniac or a paladin ready to perform mass murder. But listen to him. He is so assured by his own righteousness, so profoundly up in his ass. The very road of the deepest hell will welcome flooded by the massive tears. Once he's off himself, of course. Until then, he's your problem. Choose your next word carefully. There's no one here to save you, and if you make a shitty choice, you will have to live it with the rest of your life. No pressure. Take a deep breath. Try to understand him. Okay. He is alone, tired, weary from decades of fighting for his faded master. He has watched for 27 years how everything that they built has fallen apart. The paladin wants to save his people by casting himself as the villain, by destroying innocent lives despite the pain it causes him. Is this what it means to be truly good? To go against everything natural and decent to help untold future generation? I understand him. It's not good, but this is what he thinks despite all the horrors. Okay, let's do this. Wow. Let's cast this spell and then let's argue. Okay, 25. Right, this time. Final time. Time to show him who's the best. It's the best at winning in dialectal debate. There's another way, Lord Grom. Pray tell, brother. Okay, he's giving you a shot here. Don't fuck it up. I have spent countless nights arguing with myself, thinking over every possibility, even every action. If you have a solution, I would love to hear it. Yes, that could have been a solution, and I hate myself for not thinking of it sooner when it was possible. But now my reputation is in ruins, the election is now, and power will change hands. Yet, even if we had time fighting the freestriders on their terms with foolhardy at best, we can fight back, create a resistance movement. I have already done that. What? You use considerable funds who stand oath against official. We will be crushed in time. I considered a coup, but that would have been a disaster. I had never the might or the process and given the proclivities towards deception. They prepared and paranoid. What if I find a cure for the patriarch? A cure for the feeble mind? If you did that, you could be the new god king. True enough. Sadly, it's not gonna happen. Not while the ebb is in place. Okay, one none of this working clearly. True. What do you up as in what can one you do? There's always one thing you can do. Oh, what's that? Very much is Helen speaking over the internal pulse around you. Tell him. No, it won't work. You're not alone, Lord Gorm. His eyes wide slightly. He hearts cleanses. There are thousands of us devoted to Oath, believers that would do not do anything for him. But Oath is not a man, he's an ideal, a dream to strive towards. He freezes. This is not, I'm not sure I agree. Perhaps not to you, but if we lose you, Lord Grom, there we lose the last man, a topper who fights for us. I'm not what you think I am, brother. I do not have the power to sway the forces of the world. He lowers his head in defeat. Careful now, don't lose your head. Oath is a dead god, but not forgotten. Please do not join him, not yet. Understand your brother, but no. I see the way forward. This is the one I choose. See. Uh, okay. The success, well, it is not broken. He knows exactly what his god is. There is a horrid truth, one deeply ingrained into the body and the skin and the muscle tissue of the broken man before you. There is a man who is throwing away everything, including the love of his God, for the purpose of reaching a better world. You can see it in his eyes, it's written in his flesh. Grandest thing of a good man can truly sacrifice. Could you be everything that makes him good? Grom believes that, and somehow he knows in his vision filled skull the string will lead to a worthy end. But does not know anything. He has faith Oath will see his strong wrongs right. Exactly. Lord Grom, brother. What this paladin does not understand, however, is the most awful truth of all. I hope I have made it clear our God never wanted us to pick up after him. But sacrifices with him gone, someone let else has to keep up giving. I am not only willing, I am ready to speak. You fool! Paladin glares at you with the wide eyes and open mouth, flabbergasted. How dare you place your burden upon his shoulders? Anger flashes upon his rugged and fiery face. You are no monster, you are a child. You, a child running from his tired father when the going gets tough. A father who gave him everything. Grom knows this. The intense rage upon building in his chest is proof enough. He grips his twitching arm. Anger comes only from a sense of just injustice. When faced with unwanted truth, a man's ego will bring him to fury. It's only facing that ego in breaking it that your Lord Grom will be redeemed. Yes, our city is falling, a corrupt cabal of magistrates bringing everything to ruin. I see that. You have dealt with it all alone for decades, shackled to your duty. They threw away his legacy, words spoken through tremendous temper, teeth cramped down, voice low. The insidious force of greed, they cannot be stopped, they cannot be. I never saw him. You did. So tell me, did Uth ever tell you to always rely on him? Lift his chin and place. Yell. Did he ever ask of for your faith, your utmost faith in his ability to set things right in the end? He opens his mouth to speak, yet cannot. Nothing comes out. Lower your voice. Did he? No. The word shakes out of him. In his presence, flesh paler by this presence. I am not. I am only interpreting what I have read, but I have always assumed he asked to us to be men, real men, who make it through every horrible challenge, every lonely night, every excruciating humiliation. He is cannot form the words. He left standing on the brink in the silence. I don't believe Urth taught us to kill ourselves so he could put the words right. I don't believe that for a second. He shuts his mouth. He does not look at you. What did he teach us, Lord Grom? Sacrifice. He taught us to give everything to set world arise as right as we could. Is that not what I am doing, brother? You're sacrificing your goodness for what? For for an even heavier burden to be placed upon him? Even if everything is in your spell goes off, with your esoteric mishap ignored and his divine spark returned to the coast, Oath would be saddled with everything you leave behind. That is not him. Alone, Lord Gorom, he would be alone against his terrible fate. The pirate stares at his reflected stars beneath his cape, alone. Do not place that burden upon your father. Gorom takes a crackling breath. His mind racing, his pain is growing, but he listens. I am bound by duty above all. He covers his face with trembling hands. Last flash you see his dirty cheeks. I have never known a life beyond this hell. My lord upon often spoke of probability. He saw them through his divine vision, yet he could never tell me of my chances in this life. He could never tell with me, but he often asked me about my thoughts on risks, on how much I was willing to gamble to sacrifice in order to protect those who needed it in the most. He always told me I was reckless because I would always go anything over 50-50. What are you doing? What I should have done years ago. Lord Grom places a hand upon the pommel of his sword. Most things in life are 50-50. It is our duty to lower the risk. His voice crackles behind his iron. Those are his words, written and spoken. Again and again, he is muted at the twitching hand on the grip of the legendary blade. I have failed as a man and as a son. You can be redeemed, Lord Grom. You can come back from this. No, I am far too gone. My body has been breaking apart from the moment I chose this cursed road. Damn, we have to fight him now? Ooh, fuck. We didn't want to go this way, but here we are. Tell me, brother, what is your name? I am the cleric, of course. Smiles behind his helmet. He is content. I place everything in your hands, cleric of Norvik. What the fuck? He's committing suicide. What the hell? I tried to save him, my god. So this is the strength. This is the Easter egg that the guy kills himself with his own sword. You do not know if any of this is truly the right path, but it is now done. Lord Graham has chosen his fray. Earth be blessed. You watch as his spirit is drawn towards the stairs. The last paladin of Earth. May the strings forget his failures. Turn around. Your companion is wounded, his face glancing up from side to side in the darkness. This place is fucking awful. Feels like I have been running around for hours. You okay? A sling in his hand, ready for the fight. What did I miss? It's over. It's over. It's done. Oh, does that mean Lord Grom? You notice the celestial companion descended from darkness, her light finding it difficult to pierce. Cleric Snell. Apologies for the delay. This plane is vast and full of beasts. Full of what? Beasts. They have been vanquished. I see you have. You too have been successful. Yes, I was just about to say Lord Grom is dead. So it seems Lord Grom, the missing paladin. That makes a lot of sense. So he blew up the tea shop. The elf blew it. Lord Grom was partially responsible. His eyes light up. Alright, so it was a conflict, an attack from within. Grom was part of a plot to blow up the necklace during the election, as was Pinja. But Grom was only faking it. What? Grom was pretending to head the city, and so the Ilium gives would fund his dark ritual, which would bring back wood from the dead. Ah, I see. What? A ritual to bring back wood. Repeats your words as if she is gasping the meaning. He invited me to join him. We talked, and with many eyes, he invited you. I managed to convince. Oh, he put the flame tongue through his chest and faded. It's over. A tragic end, a tragic path. I'm unsure what to do with this information. Damn. Perhaps we shall discuss once we have returned. Yeah, great idea, dear. Now, how do we get back? There's a man on the steps. Who's the old guy? Angels, hello, stop spinning. Cleric. This man. It is finished. You have chosen well. Old man puts his hand behind his back. Before you go, I would wish to have a few words with you, but no hurry. Time is still now. Stare at the old man. You do not lose anything by taking a short rest, I assure you. He smiles. You know who that is. He will be interesting. There will and not yet. You know, not yet. And breathe. First, breathe. Breathe. Okay. Can we take this? Damn. What? Why would I? Because I am a cleric. I should always use this. Okay. Damn. I could not believe that we did all that, and and the guy died by killing himself. It's so anticlimactic, you know. Timid man greets you with a lowered head. Hello, where are you watching? I was. He meets your gaze. The road was terrible, all due to my negligence. His eyes filled with regret and confidence both. Why is he talking like he's the one? Who are you really not? You know this guy. He wipes down his dust off his apron. I ran into him before he's a cobbler. Oh, cobbler. I'm sure there's a lot of shoes emergency out here. He shakes his head. I'm sure there is no good way to put this, but I shall make it clear for you. I swear on it. You better explain it quickly. Not sure any of us should stay in this spooky hellscape any longer than we have to. You're correct, Snell, he says with a smile. This place is bad for a man, brings him to a face both his heart and even fouler things. Even he looks over to at you. You seem to handle it just as well as expected. She looks at him in silence. Goblin looks back and forth between them both. Okay, I'm getting freaked out. Go on, let him speak. I am not son of Tokyo. That is all. I am here now. I was born in Jevik, means the early days of the first Coast War. Its chaos brought death upon my kinsmen. Due to the fate or some other cause, I was granted audience with higher power. An audience which left me with stallion of strings, the communion of another god. All I knew at that time was the inaccessible risk of staying in those lands. Pushed to action by my brother told. Okay, so that is Urth. We say 50,404 people, approximately a quarter of the villages. As we left in search of new land, those people began to look to me and my newfound divine strength for more than guidance. We gave they gave me a name for the old world sagas, one steeped in bygone mythology. You are, my lord. Look upon the old man. They call me Urth, Hammer of Fate. Kneel. It can't be. Goblin mutters. How? It would be. It would. I would like to ask, why are you here? He lowers his head. My existence is fleeting, stuck between material and beyond. Old man's very expression tells rise. I am not one to bow for. I would like to repeat it is question. Why? I shall provide whatever clarity I can. You see, I died like any old man would, just few decades later than usual. But here I linger on, guarding this gate. For whom, for what, what purpose? Who knows? The old man laughs. It's a bit silly, really. Toll would have I loved to see it. This is insane. I don't disagree. It was my initial reaction to the first few years in this place. I assure you, I too have many questions. Goblin clearly wants to ask something as well. He's waiting his turn. Ask what you wish. I know you have questions. This man has not spoken with other for a long time. He'll be glad to talk. Say what you wish. This is your one chance, one opportunity to ask this agent to figure anything you want. Make you. Told your brother. Yes, the old fool who speaks with a sad smile. Haven't seen him pass through here. He must have died years ago, missed his epic final adventure. But who knows, time moves differently inland. Maybe he still walks the endless waste as he speaks, looking for Jaw's key. That is not a term you seem familiar with. Jaw's what? He, he was Snell, he was. He looks up onto the void. Tall always, wanted to travel, to understand Jod, to sail and wander. He received his circumnavigation blessing not long after we founded Norway. Yet he would never reach for Jaw's Point. After a lifetime adventure, he still wanted to know. That is why he set off towards leaving the national holiday. My brother figured the secret to Jaw would be unlocked in the west. One he crossed really cold valley, which I later renamed Toll's Pass. By sending my sendings stopped reaching him. Last thing he told me in the final message, fear not, brother. I always find my way home. Thus I hold out hope. Can you see Naupik from here? Somewhat, yes. I have to cast my minor magic here, including soft scrying. Soft scrying, he speaks like an arcanist. Essentially means he can speak on people and location, but not for long, not for Orvik. It feels a bit tragic, of course, to be unable to interfere, yet able to watch, as you can imagine. He's been watching. I'm sure you are the main spectacle. Your god squats down, placing his palm towards the tower, the light before him. The closer to the pillar, the more I can see, like your adventures in the city below or your encounter with Gunners. You know the troll I did. I fought him, all those years ago. Every time he would flee, regroup, and try something new. A smart one. That Gurglash, a tough leader. Um, he seemed really to hate you. I don't blame him. Your god looks away for a few seconds as if using a void to take in your words. Destroyed his tribe, ran his kingdom, his people, took it from him without any kind of fair fight. I stuck for my own need and I was well rewarded. Perhaps in the pity I did not follow through, instead leaving him unalive under coast vagabond. Part of me feels I knew him well. We deluded many times, dwelled many times, sorry. Many another part of me wonders if I should have taken the risk of diplomacy at a certain point, 50-50. Would have taken the attendant piece in tolls or fouls. Unstable creature. Answer is no. Every creature has capacity for the good, even a troll. I would say manipulating a troll is not being harmful, isn't that much harder than an average human. If my brother and I thought the same, deep shy lives in. I do not believe in clearer answer, not anymore, but I chose my path. What does red eye mean? I mean symbol we used. Adapted from existing symbolism. Ah yes, makes sense, I see. Would you uh mm, you would be one to figure that out. I never mean to build a religion, you see, but when we conquer a city full of ruins, with that red eye all over the place, I think it was Egg who came up with the idea. Call it Uth's red eye. Turns out it was albino lion warlord who held the ruins some time before the trolls took over. One-eyed albino, one red eye. The whole old man's pointers walked fine. Are you really a god? She shrugs. Geez, what a response. I had some powers as well as all those big shots in the divine era. Make a god of me or not. It's the banner I carried for what makes our unity. If the banner ever grows useless, burn it. Let something new rise from the ashes. Not a god, just a very powerful man, clearly. I pray to you. Yes, you do. I cannot always hear it clearly, it's a lot. But I hear you. That's a promise. How do you grant us clerics magic from here? As they been taught, I challenge the divine through strings. Subconsciously though, or maybe more like an instinct. I am an old hand at this by now. Might be reason why I can won't be able to allowed to move on. That's awesome. It's in a sense, yes. I'm happy to fulfill my duty here, keep me sane. But I wonder if the mentor feels the same, or if the fair lady holds down the fort in some other fraternal. Implications here are quite intense. Incredibly, he talks about as if it would no big deal. I wish I knew more. Once I am able forgetting away, I'll get to see these gates to go wherever souls go once they pass. Deceased people who are resurrected do not remember anything in death. Maybe they are nothing beyond. One day you might gain that knowledge. I think I need to ask something. Yes. No, but I have something to say. I understand. She grips the pommel of her sword. Speak your mind firstly. I will bide my time, as I have for many years. Oh, boy, attention. She is angry. Of course, it's a god, but there's no rush. You should ask about ground. You need, you need to ask about future forward. Imposing figure. Earth. Calm. His eyes. A man of principle, a bright mind, and whole heart. I loved him like a son. His face constructed in a deep frown. He broke my heart when I saw him descend in such a way. You saw his plan. Not at first, but it did not make take long for me to figure it out. I cannot say where his mind was, but I know his heart was placed exactly what I had taught him. Selflessly, he would give himself to any cause. Unfortunately, he proved my teachings terribly wrong. His pain, or did not possess the ability to interact with God in any way. He did not know you were he present. He did not. I could not stop this channeled magic to my clerics and my paladin no matter what. I cannot even destroy myself. For whatever reason, my soul here is muffled. I could not communicate with him for or anyone else in the material plane. Telling the truth. He is truth. This guy has a legacy to uphold. Careful what you trust. He wanted to resurrect you. That is, or is his intent? Yes. Imp- That is important to remember one simple fact. Nothing he did was evil. Everything he did for an ideal of good. Just like I taught him. He turns around and gestures towards the stairs. So you cannot see his tears. Look how it ended. His bones hitting the pavement so furiously. He's crying. Tears of regret. I thought I knew everything at one point, as if I had somehow unlocked truth of life itself. It was so simple. Your gods turn back to you. His eyes tinged with red. Goodness alone will bring the world to evil. The words of Arcanist, I believe. His quoting Prax, how conflicting. But Grom spoke the truth. He wipes his tear. My legacy Norvik is under siege. Their conspiracy of feast iders, magistrates are brought as girls undermined. The Golden House is to occupy the clan land within a decade or two. The Mendes cable funnels reaches to rebels in our land, and my wheel I plan to create. It is easy to believe considering what's going on in the city. Mark. Many folk do not think in that way. Many see just the coming of a new era. Your God gathers himself. This part was the calculated risk on my part. What do you mean? I knew this would happen, Ran, or rather, I saw the odds in the strings. It was high, something like this, like a 4 in 5. Problem, the odds changed while I was dying. What does not happen very often, the esoteric event most unlikely. Suddenly, I saw the new probable outcome. This is a web of conspiracy. The old man shakes his head and looks very, very tired. My estate is hiding my succession act as an initial spark. The rest is our history. What kind of esoteric event? I don't know. It might not matter. Why didn't you push for democracy earlier? Odds were against me. Okay. Did they actually target? Yes. A Tormanian wizard. Okay. What else do you know? Of course, yeah. Okay. Would it have worked, Lord Gomspell? I do not know. I do not believe he knew either. How does how do you see the risk so clearly? I did not share the secret often during my days. Lord Grom was one of few I confided in with my struggle. A struggle. The one placed upon all us gods, he says, pairing air codes. We can see outcomes in strings, not always, not clearly, sometimes like a play in the mind, sometimes an assured vision. But always these are odds, a choice, a chance, a risk. When I worked at my father's shop, I would walk on a shoe and see exactly how 9 times out of 10 it would ruin the leather. As I grew better, my skills improving, the odds would change. Soon I would pick up a boot and see 2 in 5, then 1 in 4, then 1 in 10. Sometimes I would still fail, but seldom. Sometimes I would simply turn in even ever greater visions along with greater power. You can see the future, potential futures, along the difficulty involved reaching them. That's why you left your homeland, yes. When I took my people to the sea, I had 50-50 chance of survival. When I saw Ascani, those odds went up. Every step of the way I made decisions aimed at increasing those orders for you. Utfo, them, nods towards Nell and others. I realized with such power I could protect and serve more and more people. Yet at a certain point, it takes a moment. There would be my tribe begin, would define to as others. I had no choice, had to choose. Why must there be another? Choice was Utfolk and exiled dwarves, a united creed bound by great city of we built. The old man looks to Etir. Her black does not change, yet her eyes no longer spin. He just focuses on Earth. I focused on increasing the odds for the creed to assure no matter what, no matter what. For about a century, absolutism has been source of immense life and pain. Absolutism, no. Fascism, you mean? Maybe, he says, I said it, maybe. Just like Grom. That comparison pains me, but I cannot deny it. It pains you? Still takes a step forward. At least you had a choice. Wants to hear him out. You're responsible for the genocide of my people. Yes, yes. Your God says nothing for a few seconds, then not. Every horrible thing you have heard, I did. He looks around the world. He clenches his jaws and clicks his tongue as youth, and he holds a finger. I have one question. I have thought about it a whole while now. My whole life, really. I need to ask it. I want to hear it. It starts. Why didn't you just kill us all? No, really. Why leave us in this half life? Because what is this? He says and pulls at his jacket. This, he slams his fist in his chest. We are not humans. We are not dwarves. We are not goblins. Take away our language, traditions, our stories. But what is that? What do you want? I really like this guy. If you can see every outcome or whatever, why the fuck did you pick this one? Wait for supply. What allows a goblin to end his speech, listening to his panting echoes were across the eternal waters. And without lowering his head, appraising says, I was going to. I told myself every goblin on this red hills needed to die for the safety of man. The folk mode was necessary. That without clearing these lands, he bites down his words. Nothing but perpetual war. After establishing Narvik, when the trolls were scattered and the coast was ours, left our people alone. Yeah. Yes, yes, I did. Exchange, I doomed yours. Snell stares at him, stone faced. Okay, so you fundamentally incompatible with look at his sister homework. Great. Does his eyes. He's trying to calm himself. There are many extreme differences between human and goblin culture. That was a terrible choice. It was terrible. So terrible. Bring it to- Why am I alive? Why did you spare those three tribes, Earth? Yes, the answer is to this gamble. Your god looks up to stars. Battle of Moorgreave, Western Wedding, or sixth year of campaign. Rockingham. Oh my god. Fulgeness side. Ah, the gamble and he's alive, man. Such a bad thing. His eyes speak sorrow. Okay. Yes, that would have been brave of me. Man, this is endless, endless text. She gives a short. Her voice. She is flustered. She cannot find the words. I do not want your service, Etir. I don't know. I told you this before. Killing this kindness. An oath will not bind you to the earth. Nothing can. I am nothing. Damn. Just there's no there's he calls her a girl. She's thousands of years older than him. Terms of endearment. Then look at the god. Kurua. This is nihilism, not. Okay, make a choice. Is there any choice for me, or these guys will just keep talking, man? I've been reading for like half an hour. Goodness itself lies. The world will burn by the intentions of good men. Yeah, God listens the word with care. Is that the form of book? I'm sure I stole it for somewhere. I sort of. This is a chance. What will you have me do, my lord? Time. My time is overrun. Time of coming era is yours. He looks at to snail, then to it. I believe in you all. I know it's good. Goodbye, Nut. He didn't call him by the name, my lord, before we go. It's my son. What should I vote in the election? Catching him by surprise with such a question. He laughs. Vote for yourself. Why don't you? Start up on that a new career. So he wants me to become an arcanist, right? I was like playing the right path, if you have to say that. So is there an ending of the story? The screen went white. Now what? Hello. Okay. We came back and I am flopped down on the ground. Wow. As it zooms out, dawn of the election day. Okay. Sorry. Oh shit. First thing to see in I need you man buddy, keep it. Stay on the ground and ground. As I inspire. Glad you made it out. You look quite a beating. But you're okay now. Spirit climbing, but good way to describe it. Angel floats away up the hill. Things feel less tense with her gone. I wonder what would happen if we stayed to the who knows, it doesn't matter now. Anyhow, we're back. So where is the ballot box? Okay, all right. I think the main story is done here. All right, that will be all for the stream, this guys. I think the story is over. And there can be a voting thing which I will play offline. I don't think I need to stream it. But if I think about it, I will stream it. But I don't know. Anyways, guys, I had fun, really had fun playing this game, and I hope you enjoyed watching me play this. And I will be next playing that mouse PI game. I'm really excited to play it. Maybe I will play it tomorrow. If you are here, join me, and thanks for all your support.